Guys, what is going on, and welcome back to Black Entertainment. Thanks once again, you guys, for all tuning in. We're back with another Call of Duty Ghosts commentary for you guys. What you're watching on screen right now is actually a pretty quick KM strike on the map Siege. I was just KEMing everywhere in this game. I'm using the MTAR, of course. What other gun do I use? I tell you guys in my other Call of Duty videos, or in every Call of Duty video that I post, that don't worry, you guys, next time I'm going to get a KM strike with a different gun. Next video is going to be a different gun, but I always fall back to the MTAR. Maybe it's because the MTAR and the AK-12 are the two guns that I always get the greatest gameplays with, and that just goes to the fact that I think the MTAR is probably the most consistent gun in the game. Personally, at least, I feel that it's the most consistent gun. It always gets the job done for me. I can rely on it. That's the best way to put the MTARs. This is one of those guns I can rely on. And the same goes for the AK-12, but the AK-12 is an assault rifle, so if I'm in a rushing mood, if I'm very rush happy, the submachine gun kind of suits my needs a little bit better. And I have the perks on my submachine gun that allow me to get to the enemy spawn, allow me to get from point A to point B very, very fast. And that's why you guys do see a lot of MTAR gameplay. Yeah, I use the Vector from time to time. That's probably like my second most used submachine gun. But I feel like the Vector can be a little bit unreliable at times. I feel like the Vector lets me down in moments. Like one time it'll kill somebody with their like 3 shots, 4 shots, and it'll kill them instantly, and I'm like, dang, like, Vector, good job, you just outdid the MTAR. But then there's other times where I use the Vector and it seems like the enemies are just eating my bullets, like they're just chomping on those bullets like it's candy, and I'm like, really, like, why you gotta do that to me, Vector? And it puts me in these situations where I'll be shooting an enemy and I think they should be dead by now, so I'll stop firing and just kind of turn my body away, and it gets me in these situations where they just turn on me and I die, and it's always a letdown. I'm like, oh dude, really? All I had to do is put a couple more bullets into him and he would have been dead. But it's a Call of Duty habit. If you guys have been playing Call of Duty for a while, you know exactly what the heck I'm talking about. But the MTAR is just, like I said, a very consistent gun, and I don't run into that problem as often. You'll see it every now and then in my gameplays, but for the most part, when the MTAR is being used, it doesn't happen as much. So that's why I kind of fall back to that gun. Like I said, AK-12 is very good. If I get assault gameplays, if I'm using assault kill streaks, which is also kind of rare because, I don't know, I think going for KM strikes is pretty fun. It's one of those things that kind of brings you back to the game. I feel like that's why people went back to Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3, terrible game. But you were allowed to play it, you were allowed to continue coming back to it because of the MOAB, because of the MOAB, and that was one of those things that was really, really fun to go for, and that's kind of why Call of Duty Ghosts is still kind of fun to play. I think that's why people come back. So if it wasn't for the KM strike, I feel this game would pretty much have nobody playing it, because there's a lot of people that don't play it as it is. There's a lot of people drifting away from the Call of Duty franchise now, and it seems to be slowly dying, unfortunately, unless somehow in the next Call of Duty game it does get revived, because if they make another game like Call of Duty Ghosts, we're definitely going to have a problem, and I think there's going to be other games that are going to surpass Call of Duty. I don't even think it's going to be Battlefield either, because I feel like Battlefield is another repetitive game along with Call of Duty, but I think it's going to be like a Titanfall game or something that's going to maybe come up out on top. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think is going to be coming out on top. Maybe you think Call of Duty is going to stay up there. Maybe you think Battlefield is going to stay up there, but maybe even potentially Titanfall. I don't know. Let me know what you think the next blockbuster game is. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. I am using a new mic, so hopefully I don't sound like different or a lot different. But yeah, thanks you guys. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It feels good to upload Call of Duty again. And like always, I'll talk to you guys in my next video.